So we're starting our program from the Golan Heights. We came here out of the air-conditioned studio, out of the air-conditioned car, in this not-so-air-conditioned Jeep, and we're touring the Golan Heights. As we begin our Golan Heights Jeep trip, we wonder who prepared these wonderful 4x4 tracks. Turns out that it's the cows we have to thank.
People that raise cattle, that's grazing all over. We're going to see it later on. The cows, they open the trail, and we with the Jeep are glad to follow the trail that they open.
Touring the Golan is always fun, so why not just get out of the car and start walking? As we hear from our driver and as we feel throughout our bumpy ride, the Jeep has its advantages.
First of all, you're getting less tired. Second, the Jeep, it's exclusive too. It's lovely. You can see what the Jeep can do.
To be a Jeep driver in the Golan, it's not enough to maneuver with style while being quick and sleek, shifting the gears. You gotta know your land and know it well.
On the left side of the Jeep, you can see a wonderful proof that once upon a time, our whole planet was underwater. On the right side, we can see the volcanic stones and ashes, what's left from the eruption on the Golan Heights. We can compare the Golan Heights as a cheesecake covered with chocolate. The volcanic ashes and stone is only on the surface. That's it. Under, you can see the chalk soil.
The lousy winter that Israel had in terms of rain is felt here as well. Not lots of water in sight, but when we do reach what is left of a running stream, it's time to show off the capabilities of the Jeep.
We're gonna have a nice experience with the Jeep to cross this river. There's no water in now because we have a bad winter this year.
On the way, we say hi to a Golan turtle. Our Jeep trip stopped here at the Ophir viewpoint. It's hard to not talk a bit politics when you get to a place like this. The strategic value of this area is evident. Look what you can see from here. Look how, first of all, it's an amazing view, but also look at the strategic value of the Golan Heights. There's not a lot to say. Take a look. After our Jeep adventure, it's time to wine and dine. So we'll get to the dining later, but now it's time for wine. We're at the Ramat Golan, the Golan Heights Winery. In the Golan Heights, there is not only water flowing, but also wine. Good wine. We visit the Golan Heights Winery and learn about the secret of the success of the northern wines.
All our grapes come from the Golan and from the wine vineyard in remote Naphtali in the Galilee. The location of the crops has a significant effect on the quality of the wine. The Golan fields are superb for this, and we make sure to take grapes only from the northern vineyards.
The wine is kept in oak barrels, and from the barrels it continues to the bottles. Some of the brands are produced only once every few years.
Yarden Katzrin Red is produced on very special years, only when there are especially good grape harvests, not every year, only when the vinter decides that it's good enough. It's a Bordeaux blend from various types of grapes. It's an especially high quality wine. It's sold throughout the world, but there's only a limited number of bottles produced because we only sell the best of the best. Regarding the price, it's obviously relatively expensive. This is the flagship brand of the Golan Heights Winery.
When you come to the winery's visitor center, you can taste a few wines, but be careful, not too much. You might have seen one of the Golan Heights winery's wines at your local supermarket, as the Golan wines are acknowledged not only in Israel.
The Golan Heights wines won prizes in many places worldwide: Bordeaux, England, the US. The wines are internationally recognized. We are the biggest wine exporter in Israel. We export to the US, Europe, and the Far East.
We're going to end today's visit to the Golan Heights at this restaurant, this special restaurant. What's unique about this restaurant is that it was uprooted from Gush Katif, from Kfar Darom. There is a community in the Golan Heights of a group of families that were expelled from Gush Katif, and they lived here. They came to here, and one of the families founded this restaurant so people could come here to the Golan Heights, tour, and feel some of the spirit of Gush Katif.